Welcome to my newest audience everywhere on Earth. Of course, I assume you have a deep curiosity, as do I, concerning solvable problems, one of which is forming a more perfect union. So, let's begin here at Self-Synergetic Mind, June 2nd, 2024. One universe. Universe. Uni-verse is one universe for unifying, uniting all that concerns our humanity and what we can converse about, especially the most important responsibilities, one of which is forming a more perfect union, an ongoing universal process everywhere on Earth. From omnidirectional universes, eternally conserved energy and synergy, we invite awareness of it into consciously coordinating communication as intelligent humans on planet Earth. By nature, we are potentially aware of universes, cosmic, logical, interaccommodative, self-regenerative integrities as structural integrities for the relevant event scenarios that anyone can possibly imagine, without exception. All that is, was, ever will be, eternally self-regenerative and generalized principle is an omnidirectional universe that logically is, was, ever will be, designed by the universe, eternal, omniscient mind. Naturally, the design of the human species, each of whom is a unique, one-of-a-kind individual, is born helpless and ignorant, with a physical brain, cerebral circuits, and a metaphysical mind. The physical organism is a brain, a type of integral computer, for the human anatomy to function, which consists entirely of a quadrillion atoms that the metaphysical mind, as a function of omnidirectional universe, eventually discovers concerning all that is potentially knowable to every discernible degree in every conceivable respect to species survival on Earth in universe. The evolving design of us is always in universe. Logically, therefore, our individual know-what of pure science and know-how of applied science is anticipatory. The anticipatory design science naturally refers metaphysical intellects, contemplative considerations to macrocosmic universe, which includes microcosmic eternal pattern integrities that are smaller than an atom. In nanoseconds, these submicroscopic pattern integrities are beyond the optical ranges that relate to vision and light, which ordinarily is not expected for humans to acknowledge in any correlation to functioning systems, including the designated authorities that historically assume the decisive positions of power can be for and against the human species' survival in short and long-range potentials. Of course, such assumptions took roots before consciousness evolution and accurately informed human curiosity merged into an advanced omnirational humanity that was unknown during the outset of the slave mentality millenniums ago, as the predominantly self-other annihilating mentality set the stages for subsequent human event scenarios. However, since UEOM, Universe Eternal Omniscient Mind, already knows the eternal design of its macrocosmic and microcosmic universe, including all the dynamic forces involving multi-dimensional angles from 0 to 360 degrees, then the circle could be wholly, WHOLLY, relevant to some stages of systemic development, and so too the whole, HOLE, when metaphysical intellect could conceptually wonder about the letters W and H in the English language, my native language's 26-letter alphabet. The letters of the alphabet, whether in English or Greek, are irrelevant to the generalized principles corresponding to dynamic and kinetic intertransforming systems, except pertaining to information in the TUCP, the Universal Communications Process. Is a 360-degree circle of omnidirectional universes generalized conceptioning? Does it also describe the 360-degree whole, HOLE, whole circumference, which can extend into a cylindrical tube of any depth? I ask, because circles, spheres, triangles, tetrahedrons, octahedron, icosahedron, and the vector equilibrium are relevant to metaphysical generalized conceptioning fields of thought. So, logically, conceptualities corresponding to freedom-related stipulating prerequisites cannot be conceptually omitted from anticipatory design science projections, especially correlating to forming a more perfect union. The conceptualities of universe self-regenerating energetic synergetic phenomena are integrals of systemic thought's anticipatory realities. Intellect intuits a more economic, experiential, experimental, direct line responsibility, respecting validity that is more efficient than the tedious precedent-setting referential basis to right the wrongs when the system failed regarding exemplifications of the most economical way a system can behave relative to unity and self in universe. In every respect, throughout the human experience. Fortunately, by nature, humans are designed in principle to communicate concerning every discernible degree of observable and conceptual phenomena relative to self-determination, survival, in physical universe and metaphysical universe. So we need not be embarrassed to acknowledge these geometries of thinking that have been disregarded throughout the ages as well as the equanimity experience that is as natural as undisturbed conscious consideration. In the physical metaphysical universe, the equanimity model shares the same design. But humans do not always learn of the vector equilibrium, which is the equanimity model, by starting with a 360-degree circle. Instead, a spherical triangle scribed on the earth demonstrates the minimum system that also satisfies the conceptuality of the tetrahedron and the vector equilibrium in the evolving process. By imagining the spherical triangle on any spherical planet. In Synergetic's Figure 812.03, R. Buckminster Fuller demonstrates a triangle drawn on the Earth's surface, which he explains is actually a spherical triangle. Fortunately for humans of any age, can draw, scribing the triangle on a piece of paper, a blackboard system, or whatever is available for learning more than before doing so. A conceptuality of any planet, sun or moon, from which the minimum structural system, a tetrahedron, derives also accounts for the metaphysical conceptuality of the first subdivision of omnidirectional universe, which happens also to be a conceptuality of one quantum of energy, a quantum module. The volume of the quantum module is 24 quanta modules, some of which are A quantum modules and some of which are B quantum modules. Microcosmic deciphering actually is as metaphysical. Mind conceptualizes the geometric topological configuration independent of size from memory. Its brain has memory stored the model's energy quanta, independent of size, as well as the image of a planet, a moon, or sun. Recalling a potential correlation to stars is as vertexes. That is also where great circles on a sphere cross each other 3 and perhaps more times. This is as a memory of 31 great circles come to mind, realizing quite then how inadequate the contemporary world's disseminated information is, that instead induces momentarily relative foolish concerns regarding credibility. Obviously, the generalized content that describes and defines our humanity's consciousness, evolution's design, science, system awareness potential is omitted by the perniciously devastating millennium's old PRJWBCHM. Notice that the acronym PRJWBCHM, politics, religion, justice, war, belief, complexes, hierarchical matrix, is more accurate than PRJWBSHM, where the S is for system. This is because a system is the antithesis of a non-system. But all systems are complex. So, if in thought and deed, Indeed, one's metaphysical synergetic mind's consciousness evolution applies knowledge of integration, discretely controlling all complex interactions, and having already identified the inherited detrimental PRJW matrix, then where is the PRJW contextual parameter's complementary factored contextual parameter? It easily can be the UIVM, universe isotropic vector matrix, as a potential, always and only, coexisting complementary matrix. The conceptual models do not derive environmentally from the human conditions that resorted to innovations manifested as the PRJWBCHM contextual parameters. The synergetic conceptual models emanate from omnidirectional universes, omnirational isotropic vector equilibrium, as an empty set tetrahedron relative to decipherable discernments by the inquisitively focused synergetic mind's cosmic to local information gathering and problem-solving initiatives. Perhaps further explorations can be in some discoverable approximation to the lag rates between apprehension and comprehension with respect to the individual truth-loving self-discoverable intention that also realizes its contribution is essential to TUCP, the universal communications process. This would not also be as a deceptive enabling mentality whose ambitions conspire to further cultivate the atrocities of the PRJWBCHM and procrastinating its long overdue obsolescence by relegating the human species to yet another subordinating position, to be supplanted by robots and artificial intelligence that are supposedly superior because the computations are faster, actually. Wherever educated and uneducated ignorance prevails, as the deceptive mentality attempts to take over, to control our humanity's inherently inviolable integrity, individual integrity, so too are substitutes like AI machines that can be useful to free humans beyond the laborious tasks throughout the PRJWBCHM, but are threatening to the human mentality that thrives on self-directed, intuitive, inspired accomplishments. They may toy with prompting for various projects, but not for integrally related species survival essentials. Let's explore UIVMOFCH, Universe Isotropic Vector Matrix Operational Field Cosmic Hierarchy, which technically and literally provides the equanimity model, while consciously obsoleting the PRJWBCHM. Obviously, we coexist in one universe and require knowledge of all that is differentiated and or integrated from the conceptual omnirational models. Without such eternal regenerating patterning integrity, how in the universe can anyone conceive of the system's more economical way of behaving relative to unity in self and universe? Such conceptioning is required apparently for forming a more perfect union. Suggested reading: Synergetics Figure 8 12.03, a triangle drawn on the Earth's surface. Synergetics Figure 901.03, basic right triangle, a geodesic sphere. Synergetics 1053, superficial and volumetric hierarchies. SYNERGETIC's 302.06 Individual Universe. SYNERGETIC's 502.22 EISEDP. Until next time, keep tuning in and reading SYNERGETICS. It is available online as our coexisting humanity's cosmic to local relevance consciously persists in forming a more perfect union as this potential realization becomes clearer by the day. Thank you.